warm welcome from the School of Economics. So I'm delighted to talk to you today about our three MSc programs in Applied Economics, Behavioral Economics, and Economics in Data Analytics. So let me just start by highlighting some of the advantages of doing graduate studies in economics. So first of all, having an MSc really opens the door to jobs that are not accessible with bachelor level qualifications. So these are really exciting jobs in economic research, in consulting, or policy analysis. At the same time, an MSc allows you to dive deeper in kind of economic issues that you might care more about, such as inequality or climate change or sustainability. And our master programs are really suited to allow you that because we offer an unusually high number of elective modules, so students can specialize. And as a result, our graduate students get jobs in a wide range of industries. So I show you here just some examples of jobs that graduates this year and last year have managed to secure. So as you can see, they range from public policy in government, but also like think tanks. But they also find jobs in finance, in kind of big four, so regulators, a really wide range of industries. So if you're really unsure of, what kind of job you like to do, but you like working with data, you like analytical thinking, you like solving problems as an economist, an MSc in economics is really your best option because it just it opens the door to a wide range of industries. So then if you're convinced of doing an MSc in economics, let me try to convince you to come to UCD School of Economics and highlight some of the key advantages of our program. So the first thing is research excellence. So you will be joining Ireland's largest and leading economics department in terms of research. That means that your lecturers are global experts in their field, but also they're highly involved in policy making in Ireland and in Europe more general. And as an MSc student, you are really an integral part of this really strong research culture that we have in our department. So MSc students unusually take part in our research seminar. We have weekly seminars where we invite experts from all over the world, and MSc students can take part in those. And the school also organizes a lot of events that MSc students take part in. So you have some pictures there of our MSc students with the ECB president, Christine Lagarde, from last year, but also with the chief economists at the European Stability Mechanisms and the European Bank of Reconstruction and Development. The second big advantage of our programs are flexibility. So you can do the program full-time or part-time. And over the years, we've made a lot of efforts to make the part-time option very attractive. So that's for students who are in full-time employment. An MSc is not only opens door to exciting career opportunities, but it's also a huge advantage in terms of promotions in your current role. So we have every year a number of students who return to do the MSc part-time while in full employment. And we also have a partnership with Frontier Economics, which is a large European consulting firm that will fund the MSc for current employees. The other big advantage in terms of flexibility is that all of our programs allow you to either do a thesis over the summer or an internship. So that's a 12-week internship. And in the school, we offer a lot of support for students in finding internships. And you have in the picture here some examples of some of the places our students have secured internships in the past. So obviously, a lot of opportunities in public policy making, in the Irish Government Evaluation Unit, research think tanks, central banks, but again, like a wide range of industries where our students go. Some students stay with us in the department and do research internships under the supervision of faculty in the School of Economics. The other advantage of our program is that it allows you to really tailor your educational experience. And this comes because we offer unusually large numbers of elective modules in the second trimester, which also means that you will benefit from small classroom teaching and you get this one-to-one research supervision throughout the year with a member of our staff. Finally, we offer our students a lot of support. We have weekly research and career skills classes. In these classes, we invite guest speakers from different industry, usually graduates from our program, and our students can network with them. These career classes are also, we have people from careers office in UCD giving talks about how to build CV and interview skills. We also organize a lot of events for our students to allow them to network and understand the various opportunities they have in terms of jobs. So you have here pictures from visits that we do to various institutions. A few weeks ago, we had a career event where we invited graduates from our program to talk to our students about their jobs. Other supports that are available are scholarships. So we offer a number of scholarships for European and UCD students. Then for non-EU students, our global office offers other scholarships. But for European and UCD students, we have our internal scholarships in the school, and the deadline for that is April 2026. So I encourage you to apply. It's a very simple form. You just have to write a short motivation, and we obviously look at your grades in economic modules when deciding this. So we have a unique scholarship for women with the highest GPA applying for our programs, which is the Athena Swan scholarship. So that's reserved for women applicants. Other supports include undergraduate tutor positions. So students who do well in first trimester classes have the opportunity to tutor in our undergraduate classes, and occasionally research internship positions with staff in our school. So let me now just walk you through some of the differences between our three programs. So the MSc in Applied Economics is kind of focuses on how to use economics to answer real world problems, right? So that can be in public policy, but also in a wide range of business scenarios. And this is the most flexible program we have. So as you can see, in the first trimester, students take a few core modules and have a choice of elective. But then in the second trimester in spring, you have a wide range of electives. And these allow you to specialize in different areas of economics, such as health, energy, banking and financial stability, labor markets, but also more technical data analysis skills through our econometrics classes. So again, students have the option of doing a thesis or an internship over the summer, and you see many examples here of the type of companies that take or institutions that take our interns over the summer. The MSc in Behavioral Economics is mainly focused on how we can use behavioral tools to understand decision making. So these are very sought after skills in both public but also the private sector. The MSc in Behavioral Economics tends to be a smaller cohort of students, but these are students who are very passionate about behavioral economics. A lot of them have an eye on roles in, for example, marketing companies. So one of the students who did a research internship with me over the summer is now working in Kellogg's, in a fast-moving consumer good company, as a business analyst. So places that that would hire behavioral economists are also private companies that look for people who have a very good understanding of how humans or consumers make decisions. So that would include a lot of these fast-moving consumer goods companies. We have uniquely a full fee waiver reserved for the MSc in Behavioral Economics. So if you're considering this program, apply for the scholarship as well. Finally, the MSc in Economics and Data Analytics, and Jack will talk a bit more about this program, is a relatively newer program, but it's the most popular one. So this is offered jointly with the School of Maths and Stats. So what is great about this program is that in the second trimester, you can really specialize in more data analytics or more economics roles. So this would be of interest to students that are looking for job either in economics, but in areas where there's a lot of data analysis, so like in consulting or maybe in a central bank, central statistics office. but also for students that are more looking into role in data analytics. So they would be aiming for like tech jobs. So we have people who went through this program and, for example, went to Meta here in Dublin. So it's really nice, the kind of combination of economics and data analytics classes that you can choose from. And you can see that in the second trimester, you can really pick classes that are very data heavy, such as quantitative text analysis, machine learning, Bayesian analysis, geostatistics. So here's a few more examples of where our graduates are now. So I list of, a great deal of companies there, both in the public sector. A lot of our students go into economics related private sector. So that would be think tanks, consulting companies or regulators, but also general private sectors. But really in any area where data and quantitative skills are appreciated. Some of our students go on and do a PhD as well. So you have examples here of past placements of our students in institutions that include Cornell, University of Bologna, ESADE Business School. One, sometimes two of the students in the programs also stay in the School of Economics or go to Trinity to continue with PhD studies. So let me just finish off by encouraging you to become a part of the vibrant community of UCD graduate economists. We are a very fantastic bunch. So you will join a program with about 50, 60 people. They come from many places. So this year's cohort comes from 22 different countries. So it's a very diverse group of people. So stay in touch with us. So follow UCD School of Economics LinkedIn page. There I post updates from our graduates in terms of jobs, but also events that we put together for our MSc students. And I'm just going to leave you off with a comment from one of our recent students, Juan, who is now a VP in macro research at Societe Generale in Spain. He says, good old times. I remember the UCD School of Economics faculty with great affection. The MSc was a foundational stone in my career as a professional economist, very challenging, but totally worth it. Probably the best career decision I've ever made. So I hope that that's going to be the case for you. And I'm going to pass over to Jack now, who's a current student in the MSc in economics and data analytics. So Jack is going to tell you a little bit about his decision to come to UCD to do the master's and what he's enjoying about the program so far. Jack?
Thanks, Professor. Yeah, my name's Jack, and I'm doing the Economics and Data Analytics course in UCD. I joined straight from my undergraduate. The reason I picked, applying for it's pretty straightforward as well. It's you just go online, you put in your CV, you do a kind of cover letter and your motivation, and if you have your transcript at this point, you put in your transcript. And you hear back relatively quickly, well, at least I found. I chose UCD because the course of Economics and Data Analytics, there's very few courses out there that cover both economics and data analytics, which are both very attractive on the job market, and it's something I'm very interested in, both topics. And secondly, because of the career focus. As Oana mentioned, there's an internship built into the course, and not necessarily, you don't have to do it, but you can do a thesis or an internship in the summer as for your final trimester, which is, of course, opens great opportunities. The course itself, the modules, they're all very interesting. They're challenging, but they're very interesting. In the first semester, you mostly go through kind of the standard economics modules, and in my case, an or programming module for those doing data analytics, but it varies. You can do an elective if you do a different, go through a different stream, or you can do, behavioral economics, go through behavioral, and so on. After the master's, I'm hoping to get a career in either research or economic consulting. I think the course is ideal for anybody like me who wants that kind of career. It builds strong data skills and strong quantitative skills, and of course has a heavy focus on economics. The course itself is very good for organising events, both academic and career focused. There's seminars that you can attend in the academic sphere that you're invited to come to, and there's career events very often, very frequent, with guest speakers and different companies and public institutions coming in to talk. My advice would be for any prospective student would be, when you do the course, take part in these, because first of all, they open great opportunities, but second of all, they're well worth it. They're good fun. They're very interesting. So if you're at all interested in economics and are looking to build a career, definitely take part in those events. And outside of that, UCD has a great career service outside of the economics department, which, of course, I'd advise you avail of. They offer CV interviews, practice interviews, and they've got online tools to help you build CVs and cover letters. It's very useful if you're looking for a career in economics or data analytics, or a broad range, as Professor Paya showed. This is definitely the course for you.
And just in terms of the cohort of students on your particular master's degree, can you give us a sense of, where they're coming from? Is it different universities across Europe, Ireland, overseas? Just a little bit to describe your peer set.
Yeah, it's a very international cohort. I think it's something like 60% international. It's people coming from everywhere and anywhere. In terms of Ireland, there's many people who are coming from not only Dublin, but actually mostly from outside Dublin. People coming from Galway, Limerick, many places like that. Many coming from Italy and Europe generally, Germany. Yeah, it's a very international cohort, and it's a pretty fair gender split as well. I think it's close to 50-50.
Great. Thanks, Jack. And just in terms of the preparation, so you're coming from a pure economics degree background, but was there much reading preparation, or maybe you can talk about the maths boot camp that's available, or any of the preparation that you had to do before the masters?
Yeah, in fairness, the maths boot camp, it's tough when you're doing it, but it's well worth it. It really prepares you for the modules, because they are quite heavy mathematically, and it is good to have that kind of refresher. It's nothing that, if you've done economics or any kind of quantitative based degree, it's not going to be anything new. It's just a quick revision of it, and the school is very good for they send you notes before the boot camp, even in August, so you can kind of look over it and see, prepare yourself for the mathematical, and practice the mathematical stuff before you start the course.
Right. And I wanted just a little bit about Jack said he might go on to do research or in more an analyst role. Maybe you could just tell us a little bit about the progression to PhD studies for those students who maybe want to pursue a research career.
Absolutely. Yeah, so as I said, on average, I'd say 1 or 2 students every year go on to do a PhD. PhD is a big commitment. It takes a long time. At the beginning, in I think September, October, we have the PhD director here in the school that comes in and does a small workshop with the student, and she lays out kind of best practices, how you should approach doing a PhD, when start applying, examples of where we have placed the students who are very passionate and are convinced about doing a PhD. We offer them a lot of support, and of course, a few stay in our department, but we also encourage them to apply very broadly, and we write letters of reference for them. We advise them to write a thesis over the summer and get involved with research as much as possible. So we've had students who either wrote a thesis or maybe went to the ESRI, that's the Economic and Social Research Institute here in Dublin, which is a big think tank where our students who go there, and every year we have a few students who go there as interns over the summer. It's really a very research-heavy role. So at the end, you write a paper, stuff gets published online, so that increases a lot chances of getting into a good PhD. So we offer obviously a lot of support. We're all academics who went through a PhD, so we're very excited when people think about these career options. And as I mentioned earlier, we've had some very successful placements in the past, and we're happy to write letters for people and help them get into a PhD. Yeah. We also just want to mention that there's a lot of PhD students in the department currently that are part-time PhD students, so that's another option. A lot of them will come from places that are, again, research heavy, so they come from either the Central Bank of Ireland, the Economic and Research Institute, or the Central Statistics Office. So these would be, most of them are graduates from our MSc program who then go into a job, for example, in the Central Bank of Ireland, and then later on realize that for career progression in this type of international institutions, very research focused, you need a PhD. So then they come back and do the PhD part-time. So we have a dedicated internship coordinator in the department. So that's the person who is responsible for, helping students obtain internships. And we've been running this program for a number of years now. So we have very good kind of connections and links with the industry. We know where our students have obtained internships in the past, and they usually do very, very well. So employers are very happy. We have a very good track record with them. So they are always happy to come back. So we know that every year, a number of students get placed in the Irish government, in the statistics office. There's places in Big Four. There's places that take our students every year. So there is a very kind of established track record and that we can kind of rely on. And how it works is that the internship coordinator then emails students throughout the year. It's really kind of starting now and mostly in kind of early January where the calls start to come in. And then she would email the students, and students, they get all this career advice from UCD Careers as well, and having their CVs and application packages ready. And then once the opportunities come in, we advertise it and they should apply immediately. Occasionally, we do have kind of agreements with companies, and that they change a bit throughout the years, but we've had agreements with different companies that take on our students. In the spring, every Friday in the Research and Career Skills class, we have graduates from different companies across, especially in Dublin, who come in and give talks to our students, and they would have internship opportunities available. So for example, in January, KPMG is coming and they are looking for interns in the strategic pricing unit, and they are looking for interns from our program. So these events are good networking opportunities, but also they give a lot of insights to the students on what the employers are looking for. So that should help them in their application process and in searching for internships.